That's Michael Barnett behind the sign, Wayne's best buddy and businessman. And back there, Mark O'Meara, the great golfer and very close friend of Wayne Gretzky. They both use the same clubs. I won't mention it, TaylorMade's. But anyway, they do, and they kind of love the game. And Wayne's going to see a lot of that sport from now on, and a lot of it probably with Mark O'Meara.
How are yours? If you don't have them, they're coming.
They're bent.
Patted away by Barrasso, kept alive by the Rangers, and floated behind. You could have very easily telestrated a phone on the side of the cheek of Barnett. I think that the calls have already probably started to come. Would Wayne like to do this? Would Wayne like to do that?
You know, Mike, George Vesey writes for the New York Times, and he's such a great writer. He said, in life, as in hockey, Wayne Gretzky could always see the entire rink.
Here's a chance and a save made by Barrasso. Scramble in front, and it went to the corner. Bonin swings it back down the ice, and the Rangers came up with some more pressure. Icing touch-up. Let's hear from Sam Rosen.
I'm here with Janet Gretzky. Is this all unfolding? How is it unfolding for you?
Well, I can say the last week has been very emotional for us, leading up to this. And right now, it seems like it's going by too fast. It seemed like, you know, it's a very surreal feeling. It's nice that we have all these cameras around that they can kind of remind us what it's all about, because it's fast.
Do the kids understand what's going on?
We took them up to Ottawa to get ready for this, so they would, you know, it would help them understand everything. And yes, I think they're old enough now that I hope that it's a fond memory for them.
Are you ready for Mr. Mom to be at home?
Yeah. Dinner table, discipline.
Best of luck, Janet.
Thank you, Sam. And thank you to you and JD for everything.
Thanks so much, Janet. Okay, guys.
Janet's husband is out there right now in a 1-1 third period tie with 11 minutes to go. Jaromir Jagr stepped into with authority by Popovich, and it's sent along to Gretzky. Gretzky's pass is flagged down and steered to the front. Backhander by Jagr went off of John McClain. Popovich turns it back along again. Brian Leetch tries to play it there. And it's sent back out, and here is a lead ahead for Gretzky. Up the wing with Sundstrom. Fed it across to McClain. Oh, and they're shot off the mark. Another try. Around to the outside, Gretzky feeds. It's blocked loose and came back to Gretzky. Oh, he had Leetch breaking all alone in front and couldn't get it to him. It is Hatcher lobbing it back in.
You get it again almost every shift here in the third period, Mike. He's setting something up. The last one was a great setup for John McClain, who just missed. And Tom Barrasso's been good. His team's been outshot 33-14.
He had a tremendous game against Detroit last week and authoring a shutout at Joe Louis Arena. And he has had lots of emotion as well as lots of energy and rubber thrown at him today.
Well, he had trouble with his back in the game he played yesterday against the Islanders, or last night against the Islanders. And it's good to see Tom back and sharp and on top of his game here as the playoffs are right around the corner for the Penguins.
This is Dallas. Bobby Dallas bringing it ahead, worked it up the wing, but it escaped as far as Matthew Schneider. Forces it back over for Tamer, then through to Langdon. Langdon locked one back in, came to the bench for another change in lines. Savard's unit comes out for the Rangers as it's worked over to Andrusek. Andrusek pass, bounced free, collared there and flung back in by Knuble. It bounces over to Bobby Dallas again on defense, and he wheels it back down the ice. And again, because it's sent over half the length, there will be an icing touch-up in the face.
Hey, it's science. Ever wonder what a hard-working engine goes through? Yeah. It gets the high rev, and I drove over the mountain because it was their guts kicked out of it. With abuse like that, you don't want to take chances. This is Quaker State 4x4, a synthetic blend for hard-working engines made by guys with more college degrees than they've had dates. It's been tested for pure maximum protection. There's nothing better. I wouldn't lie to you. They're not paying me enough. Quaker State, sensible technology. What more do you need to know?
You didn't have to be so nice. I would have liked you anyway. We drove together once or twice. You went upon your quiet way. The next neon, a lot more to love.
Wayne Gretzky's had an impact on every arena in which he's played, and even the teams that could not be represented this weekend facing the Rangers remembered him. Last night, there was quite a remembrance in Montreal.
Great game, Toronto-Montreal, at least a great rivalry. And before the game, Rocket Richard, Jean Beliveau, Guy Lafleur were on the ice, and they started off a tribute to Wayne Gretzky. Standing ovation for Wayne in Montreal before the game.
Oh, a chance first by Graves on a drive and then on a little backhander. And Barrasso seeming besieged, but keeps holding them off.
Where are my socks? If I don't get those socks, I'm out of business.
Did you check all your stocks?
There's no socks in my stocks.
Check down by the docks.
I'm the boss. There's no socks. I've checked every box. There's no box full of socks.
Forget about socks. I just saw a box. We got locks.
We got frocks.
Not frocks, not walks, not locks, just socks.
You got your clocks?
Supply chain problems? IBM has internet solutions.
Sure, blame us, socks.
Among the vast array of transportation options, some of the greatest can be found here. The Chrysler and Plymouth minivans. From the luxurious Chrysler Town & Country to Voyager, America's lowest priced minivan with air and room for 7. We've got America's largest choice of minivans. Chrysler. We made the minivan what it is today. Now get $1,000 cash allowance or 1.9% APR on any Chrysler minivan.
Ginger ale. Out and out refreshment.
Well, in Gretzky we trust. Why not? All those years and all those rinks. And it ends today, and I'm sure that the shock will take a while to settle in. It does with every retired player. Ender with a shot that is covered by Tom Barrasso. Let's hear from Sam Rosen again, Sam.
I'm here with Christopher Reeve, and it's great to see you, and I know you're watching one of your greatest players and somebody you admire very much.
Absolutely, and I have tremendous respect for the fact that he's leaving the game while people still want it. You know, that he loves the game, not money, and I really appreciate that.
When you think of Wayne, what are your thoughts?
Well, he's the greatest one to play the game, and what I really appreciate is the modesty to match. You know, that truly great players are very decent, modest people, and there's a lot of extravagance in the sport today, but not with Wayne.
You honor him with your presence. Great to see you, Chris.
Thanks very much.
Back to you guys.
Thanks, Sam. You know, the Rangers, for every power play goal they scored during their regular season, money goes to spinal cord research. Rangers now, with the power play goal, have 71 of those on the season. I hope they can find a way to get as many next season for the funds for research. But without Gretzky, it makes you wonder.
Well, he figured on that power play goal. So did Matthew Schneider. Brian Leach got it. And that tied this game at 7:49. Puck flipped back along, and it bounced over to be controlled and flung back in deep, well wide of the reach of Mike Richter. Dumped around behind for control by Schneider. Kicked on back for Schneider, and then fed back up for Knuble. Rangers having some difficulty getting out right now. Bouncing puck kicked at by Schneider, picked up by Kovalov. Kovalov looks to the front, and that one deflected away. Battled for, and it went off the glove of Schneider. Chipped to the front, on Morozov battling another try, and it bounced free over to Knuble. Chased off now by Kovalov. He bangs one that goes all the way back down the ice, and the Rangers, besieged, are guilty of icing the puck. Time to take a look at our Canada Dry check of the game. Let's see. There it is. It was as close as it was all day long. That's Yuri Slager.
He avoided Slager nicely, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
Wait on the ice again to go against his opposite center, Straka. I'm wondering if the Penguins have a player missing from their bench, and I'm wondering if it's Jan Hrdina. Hrdina, I don't believe, is on the bench.
I've not
And
noticed him this period anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he may have been missing late in the second period. I hope it's nothing serious. You hate to see.
Oh, Hatcher didn't get much on that. Or it might have been able to slither by if he'd have gotten less on it. Bouncing puck is corralled and kept alive by Morozov. Nudges back over. Kip Miller tried to bank one in front. Gretzky flipped it to center ice and is guided back across to Hatcher. 7:40 to go, third period. Game tied at 1. Leach tries to chip it on ahead. Yager working for it there. But back in deep goes Sundstrom. Sundstrom tangles with Kip Miller. Yager tried to dig it free. Then Miller stoked one out in front, and it went away from almost everyone except Hatcher. That one bunted down by Leach, and he glides back out with it, handing it on to Gretzky. Gretzky flips for Leach, who nubs it down. Spun one away from Gretzky, and it's collared by Kip Miller. Fed back ahead for Jaromir Yager. Yager feeds one on ahead, and Straka had it just tipped away as Brian Leach did a marvelous job of getting back on defense. Ahead with it, Sundstrom back on to Gretzky. Offside. 7:05 left in the third in a 1-all tie. Sam Rosen.
Thanks so much, Mike, and I'm here with last year's Masters champion, Marco Mira. All right, give me the scoop on Wayne's golf game.
Sam, he's pretty good. I mean, we know he's great on the ice, but on a golf course, Wayne can go. I think he's probably, right now he hasn't been playing much because of hockey, but about a 9 or 10. But I think he works on his game, and now he's got a lot of time to work on his game, and hopefully we'll be able to play some tournaments together.
All right, he's probably going to be looking to you for some advice. What's your biggest advice for his game?
Well, you know, keep it in the short grass, but his short game. I mean, chipping and putting is where it's all at, and I think he's got great touch. I mean, he's got it on the ice. I think he's going to have it on the golf course.
Great to see you, Mark.
Thanks, Sam. It's great to be here.
Okay, Mike and JD.
Thank you, Sam. Icing touch-up, and so it'll come back. Wayne Gretzky's going to get a chance to see baseball at a reasonable price.
Yeah, isn't that nice? The Rangers players, before his last practice, presented Wayne with this great big chair. They call it a Steinbrenner chair because George Steinbrenner has one in his own office in the Yankee offices, and it's a big chair that's in the shape of a baseball glove. And he sat in it, and then the training staff of the Rangers, along with Major League Baseball, saw the letter signed by Paul Beeston. They presented Wayne with a gold card that's a lifetime membership for 2 people who go to any ballpark in the entire league to see any ball game he wants. Isn't that nice? It was really nice of Major League Baseball, the Ranger training staff, and the players as part of the gifts being showered towards Wayne.
327 goals just in Edmonton. Paul Coffey was here today earlier. He came the second year of the NHL Edmonton Oilers, and he was 20. And Glenn Sather just had to be drooling when he had players of that caliber that were teenagers. Here's Brown with a shot. Oh, and an artful reaction by Richter in goal for the big stop. Now Malhotra tips it on ahead. Langdon steered on for Kevin Stevens. Dropped back to Malhotra. Around behind, Langdon held the stick and got there a little bit late. Rumenender couldn't hold that one, and so striding back for it is going to be Knuble. Puck came back further. Chipped in front. Oh, and getting a piece of it was Richter. The backhand attempt from Kovalov. He peels off and feeds it onto the back to Moran. Dumping it around behind. Now it is Bonin with it. Bonin tried to center. Came in on goal. And twisting with it now is Malhotra. Andy Malhotra flips a backhander that is kept alive back at the point. Twisting with it now, trying to get a shot away was Warenka. Warenka fought off by Langdon, jammed one off of Richter, and it went wide. Keep in mind the Penguins would like to get up to 7th place in the Eastern Conference. They can with a win, at least temporarily. Buffalo plays Washington later. A big drive is answered by Richter.
A good shift here for Brown. Bonin along with Tyler Wright. He just had a big shot. Richter sharp.
Warenka moves in, shovels one and kicked off of Rob Brown. Back to Moran. Drive, slowed and held carefully by Richter.
A real good shift by the Penguins as Rumenender and Robbie Brown get it together a little bit, separated by Pat Tufuzzo. Wayne Gretzky on the bench watching his team pinned in their own zone, trying to see what's going on here. A 1-1 game, and you can read his face. Still reading the play, and he had his head turned to his left for a long period of time because that's where the puck was. The Penguins really forcing the Rangers deep, made some nice plays, and Richter with a you see that look? Oh man, that was some shift, and Richter comes up big for his club.
Mike Richter, a part of the championship here. 4 players remain from the 94 team. Richter, Adam Graves, Jeff Bukaboom, who could not play today because of injury, and Brian Leach, who has the only goal. Mark Messier looking on from the side glass.
I think his eyes are all right. Those are just those things they match his outfit. You know, blue on blue.
Just a fashion touch.
You need those when you go fishing off Hilton Head. The water is nice. It's a nice blue color there.
Probably headed there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Right after this. Angled back away from Morozov. Pitched on by Matthew Schneider. Knuble stood into Dallas. It's taken along by Morozov. This one escaped across the way. Reached for by Savard, but kept alive by Andrzak. Now Savard for the Rangers. Tries to turn one ahead that popped high. Came back over for a jam that went off of Graves. Down to the last 5:05 of the third period. Off of Kovalov. Kovalov sealed up, but is able to get away to make a pass along. Cycling with it and trying to get further help was Lang, and then it kicked all the way back to be taken by Slager. 4:45 left in the third period. There will be 5 minutes of sudden death overtime if they don't decide it in regulation. The drop by Knuble, the shot by Graves is answered by Barrasso. Tom Barrasso has just been magnificent in a very historic game. If there is more than just one star, as was the case in Ottawa the other night, Tom Barrasso would certainly qualify for one of the three. Puck shoveled back on for Savard. Savard worming his way across, sent it on back now for Sundstrom, gliding on in at the front of the net, has McLean. Savard hasn't come to the bench on the change for Gretzky yet. Savard fed one that is tipped away from Leach. And now Gretzky is out and Savard is off. Dumped back on now for John McLean. McLean just trickled it back in. 4 minutes to go. Regulation time. Yuri Slager takes it. Slager with a pass on. Penguins are able to outlet to neutral ice. Collared there by Slager. Worked right back on. They drop it back to Yager. Yager cruising. Fed one in front. Straka couldn't get a good shot away. They work back along now, and it's Straka again. Lays it back on for Kip Miller. Miller battling on the boards with Sundstrom. Down goes Miller. Ahead comes Sundstrom. Lays a pass on to Gretzky in a 2-on-2. He picks up an extra man. It's Leach. Gretzky cruising ahead. Drops a pass on back. Popovich up with it there. Pivots now. Gretzky glides to the front, then around behind to his office with his number on it. Controlled there by John McLean. Feathered it through the Gretzky. Onto the back, Sundstrom. Shooting one. Locked down by Yager. Sundstrom moving on in again. Got it to Gretzky around behind the net. Gretzky out front. Shot away off Barrasso and wide. Leach turned it around behind again. Gretzky looking to the front. That one kicked back to neutral ice with 3:05 left. More Penguins still over the board. Gretzky glides to the bench slowly. In the midst of this change, the teams are tied at 1. Nice finessing by Malhotra, but it's turned over and fed near Bonin, but he couldn't get to it as it was blocked by the defense. Now here's a shot by Moran that's blocked away by Stevens. Warenka shot! And this is taken by Malhotra. They want to get it out of there, and they do, as it's laid back on for Kevin Stevens. Stevens trying to chip it free. Nice block by Moran on defense. Brian Bonin with a pass that skips off of Ralph Brown, shuttled right back ahead. Starting with it is Malhotra, and he fed it across the net. Mouth wide is breaking in with Stevens. Now Malhotra centers one, and Stevens was tied up by Moran. And this one laid ahead might be a chance here. Crossing with it is Barnaby. Barnaby trying to finesse his way by. Just bulldogged by Ender. It's fed by Brown across to Dallas. Dallas lobbed it around behind the net. Stepped into was Brown. Puck laid between the defensemen and back out again. Another change in lines for the Rangers. 1 minute 55 seconds to go in the third. The game tied at 1. Greg Andrzak with it on the Pittsburgh defense. Andrzak's pass skips on back. Matthew Schneider to play it there. Just lays it over to Tamer. Turned back onto Graves. Couldn't get the pass to Savard. Lang had it nubbed back. Taken by Savard. Flipped right back in again, and Andrzak will go to play it. The chant is Gretzky. Dallas's drive picked up, stoked to the front of the net, but a kneeling block made by the defense. Getting in the way of that one was Tamer. Right back ahead come the Rangers, and it's Graves wanting to work in. 1:20 to go in the third. Dumped back along, and it is Tyler Wright with a little pass across it. Straka trying to get by. Fed it back over to Morozov, who twists. Morozov wanted to chip it in. Leach able to fit a little way to the boards, and it's controlled there by the Rangers with 1:05 to go, and Gretzky's back out. Right back to neutral ice. Yager tries to dance back in. Can't do it yet. Final minute of play. Moving back up with it as Sundstrom turns it on to Leach. Leach able to move ahead, tumbles to the ice. It's McLean with it. Hands over to Gretzky. Couldn't get by the defense. Loose puck spun back out to Yager. 1-on-1 with Popovich. Yager moving back in the final 45. A backhander grabbed and held by Rector.
Mike we had a quiet start to this game, but right now people feel it with every shift, every rush by both teams. Gretzky came on the ice. He got stripped at the last moment in the high slot of the Pittsburgh zone. Back came Jaromir Jagr and Mike Richter with a great catching glove save. Oh, baby, some good stuff. Before the game, during warm-up, Wayne walked by a group of us on his way to the ice, and he walked by and he looked at us and said, just kidding. And Wayne, you know what? Right now, I wish he had been just kidding with this whole thing. There's the backhander, and Richter comes up big. 40.4 to go, and they're standing. Off the bench. Oh, Slager was there and tipped it away.
Wayne Gretzky once said, my father told me, enjoy every shift because each one brings you one shift closer to your last. This might be the last.
They stopped the game, Mike. 40.4 seconds to go. They've stopped the game. It's 1-1. There's a possibility of overtime, but they have now stopped the game. Only Wayne Gretzky can stop hockey in its tracks.
Rangers have asked for a timeout with 40.4 left.
Up on the board, there's music. It says the great one. John Muckler, he knows. Stopped it for a tribute.